What's up, Facebook? If you're on my replay army, let me know. Give me a shout, guys. I have some amazing news for both myself, the community, and even the world. We're going to talk about how today I just found out that I'm going to be leading up the social media for one of the best nonprofits in the entire world. And I'm so excited to be able to bring their message and help to share it with you. So I'm excited about this, and we're going to talk about how really this might affect you and how it can actually help you in your own business. So if you guys are out there and you're catching this wherever you are, let me know. I'm so excited to be able to bring this kind of message to you today, because I have been following a community for a while, and it is a nonprofit that essentially what their goal is to be able to bring entrepreneurship, bring personal development, bring all these amazing skills to inner cities, to people who are underprivileged, to people who don't see the opportunity. And what's great about it is they've been able to create an organization that not only is it a organization that gives back to the people it serves, but it's an organization that gives back to the people who serves the organization. So the donors and the people who actually fund it get just as much out of the organization and just as much out of donating than they do, than the people who are actually, benefactors of it. So I'm excited about it. Raynard, what's going on? Guys, if you're just hopping in, I'm curious. This is not going to be one of my typical talks where I'm not going to necessarily share all about strategies and tactics that you guys can utilize to market your business. Really, this is going to be a little bit different for those of you guys who are running a business and starting something new, and maybe don't necessarily see the results that you want, and maybe your business isn't where you want it to be, or maybe you're having some challenges or some struggles or whatever it is. I say this to you guys because I've been there, right? And I know what it's like. And what's interesting is that amazing things tend to come all at the same time, right? So over the last several months, I can share with you, and I'm not going to because the pity party doesn't matter, but some of the craziest shit that we've had to deal with personally, some of the craziest shit that we've had to deal with professionally, some of the hardest times that we've had to go through, both personally, professionally, emotionally, financially, everything, physically. I mean, it's really been one of the most challenging times. But what's great is that out of all of that craziness emerges, a phoenix, emerges success. And so I heard somewhere recently that the things that you are going through now, right, the challenges and the problems and the situations that you're going through now, you're going through them so that you can come out the other end a little bit better of a person. You're going through them so that at the other side of it, that you can now be equipped to deal with it, right? I've worked with some people who have dealt with some of the most heinous situations and are victims of some of the worst things that you could possibly imagine to somebody. And the reason that they feel that they, experience that stuff is to be able to go through or to be able to help other people who are experiencing similar stuff. So I'm curious for you guys who are here. I appreciate the love, Nylander and Ian, Raynard, those guys who are hopping on. I'm not one to always sit here and rant and sit here and be some motivational speaker, because it's just not who I am. But today, an amazing thing happened, right? I actually finalized, we got started with a partnership that I'm going to be doing with the One Life Fully Lived community. And what they are is they're a nonprofit that's mission is to bring living your life, like reliving your dream life and planning your dream life, and then actually going out and executing, your dream life, and bringing that to inner cities, and bringing that to underprivileged, and bringing that to people who don't who aren't exposed to these ideas, who don't see these opportunities. And so that's why I'm selfishly so excited to be a part of this mission, because it's such an amazing opportunity to give back in a capacity where, let me tell you, in April, we're doing an event with Robert Kiyosaki. We're going to have billionaires in the room. There's going to be an intimate setting where we're going to break the world record for the most people who are playing Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow game. We're going to break the world record for most people at one time playing the cash flow game. And we're going to be, I'm literally, because of this, going to get a chance to, sit in the same room as Robert Kiyosaki. So the great thing I love about this organization is that they have found a way to provide for the people who they are supporting, but they also are providing for the people who are actually giving, right? And I think that in a lot of nonprofits and a lot of charities, that's all it really is that you give, and that's all that you get out of it is just the giving. But the challenge is that you don't always, there isn't always something getting people to come back, or people aren't always as motivated by altruistic, factors as we would like. And so what I love about this organization is that they realize that, and when you give, you get back more than you give. And so it's really this platform where people are able to come and learn and network, and it's this amazing place where everybody is able to benefit from it. Whether you are someone who is really, really successful and you're able to network with other 7-figure, 8-figure, 9-figure net worth earners. I mean, at some of these events, there are people who have that 9-figure net worth, and it's just like, what's great about it is you're able to rub shoulders, you're able to talk with some of these people, right? But what's great about it is that they're putting on events and bringing in people from some of the worst neighborhoods in the entire country. A couple months ago, we were hosting an event up in up in Northern California, and they were bringing in kids from Oakland and from some of the toughest towns in the entire country, and showing them hope and showing them opportunity and showing them what's possible if they actually go out there and utilize some of these tools that are around them. So I know I'm kind of ranting for you guys, but if you guys are here, I'm going to ask that you guys share this out, that you guys like and love, that, because their mission is so pure, and that's really why I'm excited to be able to bring the millennial skills and the One Life communities together, because we are such on similar missions, and being able to bring these opportunities to people, and being able to bring these opportunities to people who don't have them, right? And I think that is the beauty about the internet, and that's the beauty about this world, is that there is so much opportunity for people who are willing to go out there and get it. And chances are, if you guys are on this video, right, and you're watching this live, you're someone who wants to take advantage of that opportunity, right? You're someone who wants to utilize those tools that are out there, right? And so that's kind of this the cool news that came amidst me having my first $10,000 month. And some of you guys hopped on because you guys want to learn about that, of course, right? And I'll share with you much of the same thing that I was talking about before, in that it doesn't always come, as quickly as you want it, right? The internet has this really tough problem, or this really big issue, because it's like everybody's best face, right? Everybody's best, results, everyone's best, foot forward. And what people don't realize is that oftentimes what they are seeing is a very curated, is a very polished, is a very, it's just a very intentional way of showing what is going on in someone's life. And the challenge with the news feed, and a lot of times if we're digital marketers, is we have these constant people who are having success, and oh my goodness, this person had $10,000 a month. Oh my goodness, this person had another amazing day. Oh my goodness, this person had a big launch. This person got more clients. And it's like, we're being bombarded with positivity, and it can be a great thing. And if you can leverage it to spiral you up and to inspire you to go after some of those things, because you can see that it's possible, well, then it can be a really, really great and amazing tool. But how many of you guys have seen that and been like, fuck, how come I'm not there, right? Like, if that's ever happened to you and you've ever had that experience, I'll take your thumb and hit that like button. If you've ever had that experience where you're like, damn, how come I'm not where they're at? Because I say that every day. I said that this morning, right? Literally, I said that this morning about somebody. I was like, ugh. How come I'm not where they're at? And it was really, really interesting, because I had to catch myself, and I actually had to step back and say, wait a minute, I need to be grateful for all of the things that are going on. I need to be grateful for all the things that I do have. And in doing that, that gave me a better perspective. That gave me a fresher perspective. And what was awesome was I was able to land this awesome partnership, and then I was able to create another partnership with one of the largest software companies in the niche that I'm working in. And so what's really cool is that when you stop, really judging and comparing yourself to other people, well, then all of a sudden you can actually start to do the things that you need to do to take yourself to the next level, right? So hopefully hopefully that kind of makes, I don't know, does anybody resonate with that at all? Has anybody had that experience where they're going through and they're constantly comparing, they go through their newsfeed and they end up coming away feeling shitty because they didn't have all the success that they saw people post about on their newsfeed, right? And that's kind of a big thing that I want to say about this, throughout this video, is that you may see this headline and you may go, oh, $10,000 month, right? Big partnership, big brand. But the problem is that you didn't see the months where we had the days and the weeks and the months where we had zero. zero, 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 right? And it was a zero for much longer than I would have wanted. And it was lower than $10,000 for it, much lower than I really would have wanted. And I can't tell you how many times I've sat back with my partner and been like, man, we should be further along than this. Like we should be further along because of the work that we're putting in, because of the knowledge that we have, because of the experience that we have, the connections. We should be farther along. But the reality is, no, we shouldn't, right? I told him, I was like, dude, we've been building a business online for like a year, right? I tell people that I started my agency back in April. And I really started, starting my online business really about, February or March, right around there. So it hasn't even been a full year of me going. And people are really surprised by how far I've been able to come in such a long, in such a short period of time. But on me, on the other hand, I feel like I should be way further ahead. I feel like I should be driving multiple Lambos already. I should be filming, a video in my garage with my Lambo. That's how I feel. And I know that if I feel that, right, I'm curious. You guys have got to kind of experience some of those same things. So if you do, let me know. Give me some likes, on that. Take the thumb or the finger, because that helps me to know, like, am I alone in this? And I don't think that I am. And I know we've got almost 20 people watching live right now. So I don't think that I'm alone in that regard. I'm very, very grateful for the success that I've had. I'm very, very grateful for the people who come and watch me. I'm very, very grateful for the clients who are willing to pay me to be able to help them. But I also am super critical of myself, and I'm also kicking myself all the time because I'm like, man, why aren't I further along? Why aren't I actually doing better? And I think that when we do that, we rob ourselves of the ability to take action. We rob ourselves of that perspective that we need to actually move forward. So I don't like to get on these ranty things. I don't like to be up here and be a raw motivational speaker. I want to say this because I did not say that, Mark. I don't know where that came from. But what I want to share with you is that a lot of these successes, they come like, it's like a slot machine, right? I think about how oftentimes people play a slot machine and they lose and they lose and they lose and they lose, and then boom, they finally win. And that win makes up for all of it. And that's why you always, when you go to the casinos, you always see people playing the slot machines, is because they get a little dose of that win, and then boom, they're hooked, and then boom, they're connected. You're right. They're back in it. So Phil says he's been tuning in, and I appreciate you tuning in, Phil. You could go back and watch the journey, right? You could go back and see all the way. I've been doing Facebook Lives for almost a year now, and you can go back and see all of the kind of the transitions and the pivots and the ups and downs. And the thing is like, I'm just so tenacious about things. I can't give up, and I owe it frankly to my mom. Like, some of you guys know this story. I've told it, but I played football growing up my whole life. I was the first, I was captain of my high school team. I went first team all league, yada, yada, yada. But what you don't know, people didn't know, is that when my very first year of playing tackle football, I would cry every single day on the way to practice. I would cry every single day on the way to practice. And my mom, she wouldn't let me quit. I would beg her every single day, don't make me go, don't make me go, don't make me go. And she would say, you know what, like, if you don't want to do it next season, that's fine, but you signed up, you're going to do this. You're going to finish what you started. And she didn't let me quit. And what was great is I went on to love football. It went on to be one of the foundational things that showed me perseverance and work ethic and teamwork and leadership and all those kind of things that are needed to run a successful business. I learned playing football, and I was so grateful that she didn't let me give up. And I look at what I take into my business now. I look at what I take into my ventures, and it's that same kind of tenacity. It's that same kind of, pigheadedness, frankly, of, if this doesn't work, well, fuck it. I'm going to keep trying, and I'm going to do something else until something does work. So, that's really, I want to share that aspect of it, because a lot of people, you'll see, oh, $10,000 months. Oh, look at all this. Oh, sign another client. Oh, I'm killing it. And the challenge is that 95% of the people who are reading that stuff don't feel like they're killing it, right? Because I know I didn't. Everybody would say that I'm killing it. I look in the back, I've got a trophy there based on how much shit I've sold in the past, and bonus checks and all this kind of stuff. But every day I feel like I'm not far enough along. Every day I feel like I should be further along. And so I've got to know, I'm curious, do you guys experience that stuff? Is that something that you guys experience too? Take the finger, let me know with some likes, some loves. We've got some people hopping on live. Jossie, hello. Tia, what's going on? Dave, Ecamm is very awesome. That's what I'm using to be able to broadcast these wonderful things. And if you guys didn't hear, I actually, on the same day, right, basically as we had our biggest month, got signed and am officially coming on to do social media for One Life Fully Lived. And they are a nonprofit that I'm absolutely blown away by, and I'm absolutely so excited to be able to help spread their mission and help spread the word about them, because they absolutely deserve it and are worthy of all of the things that they get and they're doing, and all the people who are part of it. And what it is just bringing, bringing life skills, right? So we have a motto, right, that says dream it, plan it, live it. And that's the motto right here, right? So let's go through that. And that's really, let's see. Can you see it? So I'm going to walk through it. So it's One Life Fully Lived is the organization, and you guys can, I think the link is the thing, is in the description. And it's one of my favorite organizations because that's really what we're about, right? Is helping people to dream it, right? That's the first thing that we're about, is helping people really dream their ideal life, right? Dreaming about what is possible. And so many people off of this call, right? A lot of you guys who are on this call are dreamers, right? And a lot of you guys are people who love to dream about what's possible. And that's why you listen to a weird guy in a panda hat, right? Because you're willing to dream. But a lot of people aren't, right? Our family, our friends, our neighbors, are, the people around us, a lot of times who we care and love about, who we care about most and love, they aren't willing to dream. And so what One Life is about is bringing that spirit to people who don't have it, who aren't exposed to that. I think it's primarily to inner city kids who just don't see what's possible because they're not in an environment where somebody is preaching that. So the first thing is really dreaming it, right? But then the second part is, you'll see right there, is to plan it. Right? Because one thing that we're really big on in the community is having a plan. And how are you actually going to create this dream life? How are you actually going to go out there and execute it, right? Because there is strategy, there is tactics, there is stuff that goes along with it. So we help people to put those plans together, to put that strategy together, to figure out how to actually go out there and make it happen. And then the last part is probably the most important, and that's to go out and live it. Right? And to go out and have and actually help these people to live these lives that they dream, that they envision. and you need tools, you need support, you need community, you need lots of different things to be able to put this together, because this stuff wasn't taught in schools. This stuff is not natural and intuitive yet. So what we're on a mission on is to provide and arm everybody with this roadmap to go out there and dream their ideal life, to plan it, and then to go out there and live it. And I'm excited to come on and head up the social media. It's gonna be really, really exciting, because what we're gonna do, and our plan is to show the amazing stories that are already happening, right? The plan is to show the amazing people who are already doing amazing things. And we've got people in our community like David Osborne, who's a 9-figure earner, right? We've got people in our community like Tim Rhodes, who retired at 40. He's the founder of the organization. We have people like Matt Aitchison, who's one of the leading house flippers in the entire country. People like Diego Corzo, a leading dreamer, right? If you guys have seen like the Dream Act, there's a lot of things going on with it. But he's someone who utilized his opportunity as a dreamer, and he's now investing in hundreds, if not millions of hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars of investments throughout the country and the world. And so our goal is to really highlight and show those people off to the world. And it's going to be really fun. And I'm excited to bring that vision, that message, that to you guys, right, who have been following me, and to kind of merge these communities together, because they really are one and the same. So if you guys are here, I'm curious, if you guys want to get involved with One Life, and you want to help out with maybe the social media, you want to become, we're going to put together like a couple of interns to be on the team. So if you guys want to come on and help me out, comment 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever, I don't know, comment a number, and I'll get back to you. Otherwise, if you guys want to go and if you guys want information on the organization, the link is in the description. It's onelifefullylived.org. It's an amazing, amazing organization. So I'm going to ask, we're at 7 thumbs up right now. If you guys are supportive of a mission like that, if you guys could take your mouse or your thumb or whatever it is and hit that wonderful like button, that would do so much for me and our missions as well. And that's all I got to say. So for you guys who are chasing your $10,000 a month, for you guys who are chasing your big partnerships, your big break, your big thing, keep chasing. I promise you, you will go through those periods and those times, but it's exactly what you need to experience so that you can become the person that you need to be to achieve the success that you want. So I'm going to get off my pedestal here. I'm going to get off my preach, my rant. But guys, go check out onelifefullylived.org, and we're going to take over the world with abundance and happiness. All right. Peace.